Moorhole Reservoir on the outskirts of Sheffield is currently revealing a 100-year-old secret. This is what the reservoir looked like back in July, when it was nearly full. Together with a neighbouring Broomhead reservoir, it was built to hold 1,618 million gallons of water. We recently made a video about the construction of those reservoirs and the people who built them and the railway that was built to support that construction. But when we returned a fortnight ago, we were shocked with what we saw. Here we have Moorhole Reservoir, probably 20 to 30% full. You can see the course here of the original Ewden stream, somewhat like the valley would have looked like 100 years ago before the reservoirs were built. But it is at times like this that reservoirs can reveal their long hidden secrets. And here is one forgotten building that we found on the far side of the Ewden Valley. Now, because this ground is usually a reservoir floor, we thought it better to fly the drone over it. And this is what we saw. It's a rectangular building with some smaller rectangles and foundations within its perimeter. And if we take the drone up, you can see there are approximately 4 rectangles on the right side, 4 on the left side. Here's a view looking further up the valley. Then as we come down, you can see the remains of this building right beneath us. A fairly substantial building, I would say about 10 yards long and about 4 yards in width. There also appears to be a sub-building to the left-hand side as part of this complex of whatever was going on here 100 years ago, before the valley was finally flooded and the reservoirs filled. Now, you think it would be a pretty straightforward task to find out what this building was. Just look on an old map, but unfortunately there was no map that could be found that contained any record of this building. But if you overlay an old map onto a modern map and find the site of where this building is, there's absolutely nothing there. So how else can we ascertain what this building was? When was it built? What function did it serve? And what can it tell us about the history of the Ewden Valley? I went on a local Facebook heritage group, and these are some of the responses I received. There was a lead mine in the area. These were gun stations. I was told it was the foundation of a gas engine for power generation. Soaker beds from when Ewden village houses were there. But all these were assertions and suppositions, no supporting evidence to back up those claims of what the building was which sat within the lower red circle on this map. But fortunately there was one suggestion that was backed up not only with visual evidence but with oral testimony, which is linked to the people who built these reservoirs. This respondent told me my dad worked for the waterworks in Ewden, and at the time there were still a lot of the original older blokes in the village. He described it as the machine house, where there were electric generators and other equipment for building the dams. I've seen a photo of the big wooden hut somewhere. And here we can finally see what that mysterious building was. It's on the foreground on the right hand side of this photograph. And I think if we take a closer look, we can see that one of the light railway lines that was built to support the construction of the reservoirs running right by the building. And here we have an aerial shot where you can see the 2 distinct buildings which we can see on the floor of the reservoir today when there is low water and it starts to reveal its secrets. So thank you to people on the Stocksbridge and Deep Car Bygone Days Facebook group who helped me solve this mystery and provided these photographs. So how long will these foundational remains be visible to the naked eye? Do they reveal themselves most years, or is this a rare occurrence? Let me know if you can answer either of those questions. If you have enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing to this channel. It's absolutely free and we do lots of history, walks and talks around South Yorkshire and the rest of the UK. So I hope you come and join us next time, where every journey begins with a path to the past.